MEA, which is Mass Effect Andromeda, had some big shoes to fill because of the OT of Mass Effect, which is the original trilogy. How excellent the game is and how everyone loves it, including the fan base. And Mass Effect Andromeda was released this year on March 21st here in America. It was released 2 days later in Europe, which is March 23rd. It was published by EA and developed by BioWare. And it was catching some serious heat before the release, and it got a lot worse after the release. Technical issues, weird, wonky, funky, awkward animations, bugs, glitches, you name it. Patch after patch after patch. It stabilized the game, but it was too little too late. So this game has divided the fans. I mean, it has. Kind of like a certain movie, which I do not want to say how extremely toxic it is. Some people loved it, some people hated it, some people like it, some people dislike it. Take it for what it is. What do I think? Is Mass Effect Andromeda the worst game of 2017? Is it the worst game of the Mass Effect franchise? Is it underrated? Is it overrated? Is it actually a good game? Well, let me give you the greatness, stinkiness, and what in the world did y'all do? Which is good, bad, and ugly. And let me get the positives out the way. Open world feel, which we have not seen it before in the Mass Effect franchise. So, it's good. Interesting story in the beginning and very late in it as well, but I'm going to get to that later. Not being stuck with one class, you get to play as a soldier or the Vanguard, which can't remember what Vanguard is. It's divided to two. Infiltrator, I think it's the combination of combat, which is soldier and engineer. Pioneer, you can have just all roll into one. I mean, you can go beast mode. I love playing as Pioneer because, let's face it, it's awesome. It's creative. Love it. I use that majority of the game. So, speaking of not being stuck with one class, the gameplay is pretty good, sort of. Crafting, the romance felt genuine, real. It didn't feel scripted like you've seen with the original trilogy, which I loved as well, but at times it felt scripted and generic. Better fast travel than Horizon Zero Dawn. Enough said. Teammates. I like them, but now let me get to the bad for a second, which is negatives. Limited enemies. You can't control teammates' abilities. The combat is not the greatest of all time. It's not. I would go as far as say it's not even the greatest in the Mass Effect franchise. I'll still go with Mass Effect 3. That's just me. Dragged on, almost pointless story. I mean, you're just like, oh my goodness, where are they going? I mean, who wrote this? So, oh yeah, the intergalactic travel cutscene. Before the patch, you couldn't skip the cutscene. See, in the Mass Effect trilogy, you couldn't skip it because it was over within 5 to 10 seconds when you're doing the mass relay cutscene. This one, however, it felt longer than it should. So, recycle boss fights. No Paragon and Renegade system. That was something I was worried about. Why they ditched it is beyond me. So, here comes the what in the world did y'all do to this game? Horrible side missions. Oh my goodness. It was so bad to the point where I was, once I beat the game, I was ready to just delete it and never play it again. I mean, this in the Mass Effect trilogy, it was awesome. You do this, you go here, you go one point A to point B, you get it over with, plain and simple, clean, get out of there. It's all good. But Mass Effect Andromeda, the side missions, it dragged on for days. It was stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Got something in my mouth. Sorry. It's just, it was pointless. Most of it was so pointless. I was like, why did they do this? Oh, yeah. No single player DLC. I mean, this game was already ditched for Anthem. And I'm not going to get into that. I will not get into that topic at all. I know where it's going. And oh yeah, the Nomad vehicle, it is so bland and hot mess. I would rather take Mako from Mass Effect 1. Because at least you have a mini cannon and a mini machine gun. You can defend yourself. You go on offense, go to defense, whatever. Nomad, ooh, wow, you get to customize the vehicle. You get to customize the engines and the boosters. No, that's so awesome. Great. Guess what? You're still driving around and you're still sticking out like a sore thumb. You might as well turn the game off and go grab your keys and go drive around the damn block. Just saying. So, anytime you have those issues, you're going to get Mass Effect Andromeda. And my verdict, and I've been going back and forth with it ever since I beat it. It took me 5 months, 94 hours, 44 minutes, and 42 seconds, 98% completion. It ain't no joke. I will say it's a mediocre game. 5 out of 10. That's my verdict. And I feel that Mass Effect Andromeda has brought out the worst within the fan base. Do I think it's bad? It's not the worst game I ever played, but it ain't great. So I could have gone with the average, but I just thought about it more, and it was just the more negative things I thought about the game, I just couldn't overlook them. I just couldn't. And this game is being, well, the series being put on hiatus for Anthem. So that's my verdict. I will upload the video sometime tomorrow on Christmas Eve. So with that in mind, throwing y'all a salute. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. SA17 signing out. Early Merry Christmas. And what's your thoughts on Mass Effect Andromeda if y'all played it so far?